So, welcome back to Books and a Baby. Today we're doing the end of year book tag, and I'm excited to share all of these books with you. So, question number one is: are there any books that you've started that you need to finish before the end of the year? And for me, that would be The Fiery Cross by Diana Gabaldon. I started this a couple months ago. And I got like 175 pages in. I'm like this far. And I really love this series. So I really need to finish this book, but I just haven't gotten to it. I put it down and never picked it back up. So I really want to get this one finished before the end of the year. The next question is, do you have an autumnal book transition you into the end of the year? And for me, that's going to be The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. This I am reading for the Lord of Readathon, and I'm only on chapter 2, but it is only the second day of November. This is a month-long read-a-thon, and so I hope to finish this whole big chunker, which is all 3 books in one, by the end of November. This is like my transition book, and I am looking forward to this. Then the next question is, what are 3 books that you want to read before the end of the year? And for me, one of those is Kings of the Wild by Nicholas Eames. This is supposed to be a kind of like a D&D adventure with like old men who used to be fighters and warriors, and they all kind of get back together. I've heard great things about this book, but I really want to get to it by the end of the year. Then we have Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson, and I just love this cover. I think it's so pretty. This is about our main character Elizabeth, who has grown up in a library, and in this library there are books that are called grimoires, and apparently they can turn into actual monsters, and a monster gets released and Elizabeth gets framed for the release of this grimoire, and she's getting taken to kind of have her judgment put upon her. So I'm excited for this one. I've heard some mixed reviews, but I think it's something that I'm really gonna like. I loved her first book, so I'm excited. Then the other one that I'm hoping to read by the end of the year, The Lies of Loch Lamora by Scott Lynch. This is another high fantasy, found family type story, and I don't know if you know this, but I love found families. They're my jam, and most of the like 5-star books that I've had so far this year have had some sort of element of like a found family. So those are the 3 books that I really want to get to before the end of the year. So the next question is there a new release you're still waiting for? And for me, this would be The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. I have this pre-ordered on Audible, so as soon as it gets to me, I will be picking it up. This, I don't really know the premise of it, but Erin Morgenstern is one of my favorite authors. I loved The Night Circus, and I'm so ready to read her next book. Then the next question is there a book that you think could still shock you and become one of your favorite books of the year? And for me, that's going to be The Lord of the Rings. So I have tried a couple of times to read this book, and I just never got into it. So I'm listening to the audiobook versions of this and kind of like reading along, but I'm hoping that this will become one of my new favorites. I love the movies. My dad and I used to go and watch the movies like on opening weekend, and it's a huge, like, happy memory of mine now that my dad's gone. And so I know that he loved this book. So I want to read it so that I can share that with him. So there's that. Then it says, have you already started making plans for 2020? And yes, I have. I will be doing a whole video during Vlogmas of my goals for 2020. So I hope you guys stay tuned for that. That's the end of this tag. So please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. I post videos every Tuesday and Thursday and sometimes on Friday. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!